Hi there, Shannon here, animal communicator, animal intuitive and sensitive, and Reiki master practitioner with animallovelanguages.com. More importantly, this is Pearl Cuts, my somewhat sleepy elder statesman of our flock and my soulbird sidekick, and he loves the camera and the camera loves him. So always bring him along to make sure the camera is my friend as well. And I'm so delighted to welcome you back to our series on Meditate in a Minute with the breath as an aid and help to animal communication, which is my life's work and passion. And so today, we are going to be talking about a breath technique that I learned as a part of my ongoing yoga practice. Now, I am by no means what you would consider a yogi. Every day I think, today is the day I'm going to be able to do crow pose. And I discover yet again that today is the day that I am going to narrowly avoid falling on my face. However, that does not mean that I cannot benefit greatly and that you cannot benefit greatly from some of the beautiful pranayama or breathwork techniques that accompany movement yoga in all of its many forms today. Some of the breathwork techniques are pretty subtle, and you can kind of take them with you, tuck them in your toolkit on the go for recentering mind and body and calming the emotions and moving through your day with the greatest sense of calm, well-being, and ease. And other breathwork techniques are a little more obvious, maybe something that you want to do when you have a tiny minute of alone time. But of course, we're focusing on bringing meditation into our daily life. Meditation is as simple, truly, at its core, at its foundation. Meditation is nothing less nor more than what I see the blue-crowned night heron in the bayou behind our house doing every morning when he or she arrives to meditate on breakfast. What's in the water that looks tasty? What is that heron in the mood for? And if they're able to focus their mind enough and remain one pointed on their intention, I'm really big on setting intentions and on their goals of getting a full belly yet again this morning, they will be very successful. And so we're taking this same wisdom, this animal wisdom, into our lives and recognizing that meditation can happen like that, as quickly as we fill up our plate, fill up our belly for breakfast. And so today's technique is another one of my go-to favorites. And while it seems like it might be rather obvious, it's actually yet another technique that you can kind of take with you, especially if you have a moment in the car or even in line at the grocery store. You know, it's the older I get, the more aware I become that most everybody is not paying any attention to what I'm doing. And I would have to do something really, really obvious. And still, if the people around me are not expecting to see it, they will probably not notice that I'm doing it. And so I wouldn't be shy about doing these breathing techniques when you need them, no matter where you happen to be. And especially if you're in a public setting and you are tuning in with an animal and maybe they're going through some distress, there's something called entrainment, where if we can remain in a calm state, if we can keep our energy elevated, the higher vibration always prevails. And so if we're with someone we love, whether it's a human animal or a non-human animal, and there's distress happening in that other being's life, if we can raise our vibration, maintain a high, calm, and by high, I mean calm, peaceful, present in our body, present in our mind, present in our heart and our gut brain, present and calm in our emotions, allowing the thoughts and the emotions that we feel to just pass by like clouds and not grabbing hold and making more of them than what's really there, then that other being has a much better chance of entraining to our energy, to our frequency, and finding the calm and a little bit of relief from the distress that they're in, that they so desperately need. So there's lots and lots of reasons to learn how to meditate on the go, to meditate in a minute, to recenter in an instant into our body, into our mind, into our heart, into our gut brain. This is one of the best ways that we can use our own breath work and our own energy to serve others as well and to serve the animals that we love. It can be as simple as you're going to the vet with your pet and you're a little stressed out about it, and your pet is going to always talk about how pets are watching people, or they're watching UTV 24/7. They know us better than we know ourselves. And so when you're in a mild state of distress and you're thinking about, oh no, and the last time we went to the vet and pet had an injection or had to have a test run and there was distress and there was trauma and my pet was anxious. Well, guess what? You're broadcasting mental. See, look what happened just there. That shriek, that wasn't a peaceful, easy shriek, was it? So you're broadcasting this mental picture of your pet in distress, what you remember from the last visit. You're pairing that with an emotion of distress. Your pet's watching UTV, picking up on that, going, uh-oh, something not good is about to happen. And so it's really important when we're focused on our breath, when we're breathing in a conscious way, when we're meditating on our breath, we're meditating on calm, we're meditating on peace. We can catch these signals that we're sending out, that we're broadcasting out on us TV, that our pets are effortlessly picking up, because this is the foundation of how animal communication happens. We can catch ourselves in the act, we can cut that off, we can change the channel, and we can allow our pets to remain calm. Yes, they're still going to the vet, but we're setting a different intention. Instead of running back into the past to remember how it didn't go so well last time, we are setting intention in the present, moving forward, that this is going to be a calm, peaceful experience, that our pet is going to feel great. This is going to maintain their well-being. It's going to solve any issues they may be having. And we're going to go celebrate afterwards. And it's a very different, you can feel it. Just listening to me, you can feel it. I can feel it myself. And it's a very different energy that we're broadcasting. And it's going to help our animals stay calm. It's going to help us stay calm. And it's a feedback loop. Calm begets calm. And this is what we want. This is definitely what we need more of in our life, right? I'm getting very calm just watching myself do this infinity symbol, this figure 8 here. So on to it. Today on the menu, on the breath work, the meditate in a minute breath work menu is kapalabhati breath, which literally translates to mean skull shining or skull illuminating breath. And of course, here we're not talking about the Halloween type. We're talking about the illuminating type. We're talking about illuminating all of the energy centers of the body. We're illuminating all of the organs of the body. We are refreshing our entire system with oxygen and nutrients that cells very reliably appreciate and love. This is also called the breath of fire, bringing the fire and the energy of new life, literally new life, into our physical being. And that filters up. Again, this is entrainment. It filters up, and our emotions, our mind, our spirit entrains to this fresh new infusion of life that the oxygen is bringing in. And so kapalabhati breathing, skull shining or skull illuminating breath of fire. This is a power breath. If you find yourself in a situation where you're feeling powerless or helpless or distressed, especially about something that your animal or an animal may be going through, this is an indication you may want to choose this breath technique, pull this breath technique out of your toolkit to use. So I'm just going to demonstrate it for you now with kapalabhati breathing. You can just call it breath of fire. You start, as we always do, by exhaling. You want to exhale fully. Get all that toxic, stale stuff out of there. And you can take a deep breath in. And another long exhale, just getting ourselves fresh and happy and oxygenated to learn this new breath practice, this breath technique. And then take a deep in-breath. And you want to start with sharp little exhales. And I'm actually going to stand up here and show you. So you're going to be staring at a woman's stomach on YouTube. Yes, you are, but we're doing. You might actually want to put your hands on your tummy here. And you can make that audible sound, and you can actually open your mouth if you like. And the idea behind it, and again, don't get too hung up in all of this mental stuff, but it is a good way to distract your mind if your mind is getting, kind of like stubborn, like, wait, I was thinking about that. Like, I don't want to let that thought go. This is a good way to kind of distract your mind. We need to give our mind a job to do. If it likes to think, we can either let it think whatever it's thinking, or we can give it something to think about. And that's a common way that I work with my mind to remind it that it too can be calm and peaceful. It too can feel better than it's feeling right now. And what I've discovered over the years is that the brain loves to think about anything, and it welcomes suggestions. So you might want to play with that as well. But so here, if you want to, think a little bit more about the structure, about the methodology behind Breath of Fire, then you can tell your mind to think, okay, active out breath, passive in breath. And that's really what you're going to see happening when you start the kapalabhati breathing sequence. So we're going to, again, exhale all the stale stuff out. Deep in breath and out breath to reset. Then take a deep in breath. This is your only active in breath. And then you start with active out breaths. Pulling your tummy in towards your spine. Placing your hands on your tummy if you need a little extra focus. Maybe I should back up so you can actually really see this. Okay, so your one and only active in breath, and then we start our active out breaths with passive in breaths. It's the action of the diaphragm itself that allows the in-breaths to be passive, because the diaphragm is making it happen on your behalf. Hidden Pearl look cute up there on my shoulder, just supervising the whole thing. And when you start, you may notice, if you haven't done this before, this is also a really great passive core workout. So if you're not really you're not really up for crunches and some of those other more extreme ways of toning your abs, this is an awesome way to do it. And it's fun and it's refreshing, and you actually do feel better at the end. I know I do. So just take another deep in breath and out breath, and just notice, how are you feeling right now? Do you feel powerful? Do you feel refreshed? Do you feel re-energized? Do you feel a little surprised? Do you feel intrigued? What could this breath pathway open up for you in the work that you do with animals, in the love that you have and the desire to connect? And to remember that first and foremost, and most fundamentally, most importantly, we need to connect with ourselves, with our physical animal organism, our body, with our mind, with our emotions, with our spirit, with our gut brain, that which connects all of us together, regardless of species. That's right. We need to maybe lighten the load a little bit. We could lighten the load. It's always good to lighten the load. Let all that stale stuff go, right? Yeah, that was a good one, Pearl. And so I hope you have enjoyed today's Meditate in a Minute with the Breath as an aid and a help and a support to animal communication at any level, for any purpose, for any reason. Always a joy to be with you and share what works for me. I look forward to hearing what works for you. You can find us at animallovelanguages.com, and I send you all of our love. See you again very soon. Hi there, Shannon here again, and I just wanted to pop back on to say I so hope you are enjoying our Breathwork for Better Animal Communication series, and that your mind is calmer and more quiet, and you're able to hear the animals with more confidence and clarity. And I also wanted to issue you a special invitation. Isn't that right, Pearl? We are just about to open up enrollment for our next Animal Communication Adventure course. This is a small group, personally curated program that walks you through the steps of the exact process I use with every single animal communication client I work with. So you will learn from a real live working animal communicator, no filler, no fluff, just solid, useful information to help you show up for every interspecies conversation that you have with your heart open, your mind calm and quiet, and your spirit confident. If this sounds like just what you've been looking for, I would love to invite you to join us. All you have to do is head over to animallovelanguages.com/enroll. Let me know that you're interested, and as soon as the program opens, I will personally email you with the link to register and be a part. Okay?